Yo, what up? We are live. Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I am your host, Jose Monjerez Jr. And today we got an undefeated pro boxer, a special guest to the channel. He's been on before, Julian Bridges. How's it going, Julian?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for making the time and coming back on the show.
Of course, thank you for inviting me again.
Anytime, man. Yeah, I saw that. It's been a minute, about a year and a half since we had you on. So, how you been? What are some things you've been working on?
Been trying to get busy, since the last time we talked. Uh, I've been having like injuries and stuff that, it's kind of delayed. I think I got since October 20th, probably like 3 fights since last time we talked, maybe two. But yeah, it's trying to get busy this year.
Absolutely, yeah, and it probably should have been three, but I know that November fight, the Cow Palace, that one got canceled.
Yeah, that one got canceled, man. I was excited for that one. That one I've been waiting on for a long time, but it's okay. Everything happens
Yes,
for a reason.
exactly, man. Because I think the very next fight right after that was on the Canelo Munguia undercard in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
How was that experience?
Man, it was crazy, it's just a unreal moment. I think last interview too, you were asking me who my favorite fighter was. I said Canelo, and all of a sudden I get a fight under the Canelo undercard. So man, it was a crazy experience, being on the big stage, especially like like my fifth fight in. So it was just crazy, I wasn't used to it at all, but I could get used to it for sure. Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, you got the W under the biggest stage, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, and your opponent for that fight too was another undefeated fighter. He was 9-0 at the time, and he was coming into that fight as the A side.
Yeah.
Would you say that so far has been your biggest win of your career?
Yeah, I say my biggest win for sure, just on a big stage like that and against a guy with like a record of 9-0. Definitely I was a big underdog, but in my head, I was there to win, as I am always. But definitely the biggest win in my career, yeah.
Definitely. And we saw shortly after that in July of 2024, you officially signed with Westside Promotions.
Yeah.
How that deal come to be, and how's it been working with them?
I've been well, my dad's been talking to Patrick. I've been trying to get, signed by them. And after the fight, I guess, a lot of people been hitting me up talking about me, and I guess I kind of uh blew up from that fight. Not blew up, but but so
Definitely open more eyes.
yeah, opened more eyes, opened up opportunities for sure. And so we hit up Patrick right away, and he signed me with Westside Promotions, and that's how it happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then your last fight was in September 2024. You went all the way to Nashville for this one to get the W.
Yeah,
Tell us about that fight in Nashville. And how was that experience?
man. I didn't think I was gonna like Nashville, but Nashville is pretty cool. Don't get to travel a lot, and then traveling over there was pretty cool. Um, it was definitely a unique experience. Um, I broke my finger, and I think like my knuckle, my pinky was like popping out that
Oh
fight,
man.
and my right hand was swollen, so both hands were messed up. And I think it happened in like the second round. So um, I had to fight the four extra rounds with two messed up hands. Definitely set me back a little bit because I couldn't fight after that. I haven't fought since, so definitely a unique experience. My opponent definitely was unique as well. Um, yeah, it was. I mean, I had fun though. I had fun.
I think unique is the key word there because I didn't know about country box, but one of my friends, he was big on that scene, so he's been seeing
Yeah,
those shows they do on Tuesday nights. And
yeah,
they got some country in there during the shows.
yeah. I'm not like a big country fan, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, you definitely embrace that moment. I saw the post fight picture. You got the cowboy hat on.
Oh yeah, I definitely I had to rock the cowboy hat for Nashville. Just do something cool, do something fun.
Absolutely. Well, you'll be back Thursday, April 17th at the Fox Theater here in Redwood City, California.
Yeah.
You being from Antioch, how excited are you to finally fight in the Bay Area? So I saw this like your first time as a
Oh
pro
man,
fighting in the Bay Area.
I've been waiting for this moment. Redwood City is the closest fight I have. Closest to my family. So I'm expecting a lot of people to show up. Even though it's on a Thursday night, I know a lot of people work on a Thursday night, but I'm still expecting a lot of people to show up, and I'm ready to show out. So
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great event, great crowd. Uh,
yeah,
has your opponent already kind of been determined for that fight?
I believe so. Yes.
What can you tell us about him?
He's 10-9, and I know he's fought two big fighters, two big name fighters in Lamont Roach and Marios Barrios.
Right.
That's the two opponents I've seen that stuck out to me.
Awesome. Yeah, and we saw last year you fought at 140 and at 147. What weight
Yeah.
class is this fight going to be at?
I'll be fighting at 143 this time.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle, exactly.
Nice. How many rounds is this fight going to be?
It'll be 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What are your thoughts on the current boxing landscape? We've seen a lot of changes with the Turkey arriving and putting that Saudi Arabia money. We're going to have like a new boxing league run by Dana White. Do you think those things are all good opportunities for boxers?
Oh yeah, I think it's great. I think what Turkey's doing is great. He's sending the best with the best. It's the fights that people want to see instead of I guess you could say like mismatched fights. People want to see the best versus the best and entertaining fights.
No, I agree. I think when there's a 50-50 fight, more people tune in.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, the outcome instead of seeing these fighters and you already know what's gonna happen.
Absolutely. And speaking of the best, who's your number one pound for pound fighter? Has that changed since last time?
Um, who did I say last time? Did I say Canelo or was it Crawford?
I
I
think you're
like
going to say Crawford. Yeah.
Yeah, those are my two favorite fighters, Canelo and Crawford right now. And I heard, they're in negotiations of fighting. I don't know if I want to see that, but I've been really liking In a Way. I've been watching a lot of film on In a Way. Um and I don't know, I like his style of fighting. So I got those are my top three. My top three. I can't choose.
Can't go wrong with any of those names.
Exactly, exactly.
Great choices. Great choices. And speaking of kind of big names, we got some big fights coming up in the welterweight division. The first one I want to ask you about and get your opinion on is this weekend. It's that Jaron Boots Ennis versus Stanionis fight. How do you see that one playing out?
I got Boots Ennis. I say we'll go decision. I go decision.
Decision. Yep. It's
Yeah.
gonna be going unification fight.
Yeah.
The next two I want to ask you about. These are happening at NYC, May 2nd. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. How do you see that one playing out?
I say Ryan Garcia. That one's gonna be a good fight. I don't know. It's two unpredictable fighters. You don't know what they could do, but Rolly got power. Ryan got power. Ryan's a little bit faster. Uh, Both their defenses are, they don't got the best defense. So I mean, it's gonna be an entertaining fight. So I give it to Ryan, but you never know.
Yeah. And then I want to ask you about the co-main for that night, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez.
I say Devin Haney. Feel like you got chip on his shoulder. You got something to prove. So you can't lose. You gotta go Devin Haney.
Absolutely. Coming back to you, Julian, how active do you want to be in 2025? Ideally, how many fights would you want to get in?
I'm trying to be 10-0 by the end of the year, so hopefully I get 4 fights. But my main goal is 10-0.
Uh, that's awesome, man. And then I know we just missed the flash sale for your upcoming fight. It ended this Sunday, but
Yeah.
for people that still are on the fence and haven't bought tickets, why should people buy tickets for Thursday, April 17th?
Because first of all, it's gonna be partnership with Mayweather Promotions. That's just one, and second of all, I'm gonna be on there. It's gonna be a show. I'm gonna show out, and yeah, get your tickets.
There you go. Reason enough. Final question for you, Julian. It's not really a question. It's now just kind of opening up the floor back to you. What's the message you want to send to your fan supporters?
I just want to thank everyone for supporting me. You know, through like Nashville and all that. I see all the videos of people like even watching it on TV. You know, it means a lot to me. Just watching my fights. You know, all the training I put in, all the hard work, and everyone's just watching and rooting for me. It means a lot to me.
Well said. And Julian, you're definitely making noise. I know in the beginning you're kind of flying under the radar, but to your point, ever since that Canelo undercard, I think you opened up a lot of eyes, and you're not flying under the radar now, as people know who Julian Bridges are and they're tuning in. So we look forward to continue seeing the growth.
Yeah, I mean, I took those fights on purpose. You know, I've always been the underdog, but I've always had something to prove. So taking those fights, I did it to put my name out there, and that's exactly what I've been doing, and it's been working. So I'm grateful.
Absolutely. Well, Julian, again, thanks so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, no problem, man. Take care.
Yeah, you
Bye.
too. Bye.